Word problems using a proportion. This is actually one of my favorite problem-solving strategies, and the easiest way to do this is just dive in. So we have 5 problems that we're going to look at, and this is our first one. For every 2 lions at the zoo, there are 7 monkeys. The zoo has 49 monkeys. How many lions does it have? Well, this is a ratio question, because for every 2 lions, there are 7 monkeys. The ratio is 2 to 7. We're comparing lions to monkeys. And the ratio is for every 2 lions, there are 7 monkeys. Well, if the zoo has 49 monkeys, how many lions does it have? So let's go ahead and solve this. Now I could use cross products if I wanted to, or I'm going to use equivalent fractions because I know that 7 times 7 is 49. So if I do 2 times 7, that gives us our answer. The answer is 14 lions. Now there's a couple things I want to point out. The 2 units that I used were lions and monkeys. Once I set this up, all numbers pertaining to lions have to go on the top, and all numbers pertaining to monkeys have to go on the bottom. I could have started this out with monkeys on top and lions on the bottom, and I would have got the same answer. In fact, let's just do it. Let's look at it. So the ratio of monkeys to lions is 7 to 2. And we knew that there were 49 monkeys. Again, remember, any numbers pertaining to monkeys have to go on the top. How many lions are at the zoo? And we're going to end up with the exact same answer of 14. So once you set this up, you've got to make sure that you put the numbers in the correct spots. Well, let's do another one. The 4 zookeepers can clean 14 cages each day. How many cages could 6 zookeepers clean in one day? So we're comparing 2 things, cages and zookeepers. And I could put cages on top or zookeepers on top. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to put cages on top and zookeepers on the bottom. So this means that any numbers that pertain to cages have to go here, and any numbers pertaining to zookeepers have to go down here. All right, so the 4 zookeepers can clean 14 cages. The 4 zookeepers can clean 14 cages each day. How many cages could 6 zookeepers clean? So I could cross multiply, and I think I will on this one, even though I could use equivalent fractions. I'm going to multiply 4 times x is 4x. 6 times 14 is 84. That's a one-step equation. I'm going to divide by 4. I'm going to divide by 4. So x would be 21. That means the 6 zookeepers could clean 21 cages. All right, let's try another one. The zoo can buy 45 Mynah birds or 3 leopards for the same price. So far they have enough money to buy 2 leopards. How many Mynah birds could they buy? Well, you're comparing 2 things. You're comparing Mynah birds and leopards. So I'm going to put Mynah birds on the top and leopards on the bottom. So the zoo can buy 45 Mynah birds. Where would that go? It's got to go right here, because all the numbers pertaining to Mynah birds have to go on top. Or they could buy 3 leopards for the same price. So far they've got enough money to buy 2 leopards. How many Mynah birds could they buy? Well, let's cross multiply in this one. So I'm going to, instead of a question mark, I'm going to have x. We don't know how many Mynah birds. I'm going to do 3 times x is 3x. I'm going to do 45 times 2 is 90. This is a nice easy one-step equation. So x would be 30, meaning they have enough money to buy 30 Mynah birds. Okay, let's try another one. It costs as much to feed 27 monkeys as it does 3 tigers. The zookeepers have enough food for 189, this should say food, have enough food for 189 monkeys. How many tigers could they feed? Well, you're comparing two things, monkeys and tigers. So it doesn't matter which one I put on top. I'm going to put monkeys on top. I'm going to put tigers on the bottom. That means all my numbers pertaining to monkeys have to go on top and all numbers pertaining to tigers on the bottom. So it costs as much to feed 27 monkeys as it does to feed 3 tigers. The zookeepers have enough food for 189 monkeys. How many tigers could they feed? Okay, I'm actually going to use equivalent fractions on this one just to do it a little differently. Now remember, you can simplify a proportion. You can't cross cancel, but we could simplify this because 3 goes into each. And then I could use equivalent fractions because I know that 9 times 21 is 189. If I do 1 times 21, gives us our answer, 21 tigers. Remember, when you're solving proportions, you can use equivalent fractions or you can cross multiply. It doesn't matter. All right, we'll do one final question here. If 6 elephants eat 10 bales of hay, how many bales will 9 elephants eat? You're comparing two things, elephants and bales of hay. So I'm going to put elephants on the top and bales of hay on the bottom. So if 6 elephants could eat 10 bales of hay, how many bales of hay will 9 elephants eat? Now I could use equivalent fractions or cross multiply on this. I think I'll cross multiply. So instead of a question mark, I'm going to use x. So 6 times x is 6x. 9 times 10 is 90. I have a nice one-step equation to solve. Divide by 6, and 90 divided by 6 is 15. So there are 15. You would need 15, or the elephants would eat 15 bales of hay. So that's how you can use proportions to solve word problems.